Well, the cup final vibes are well and truly ramping up now with regards to Newcastle United. Not long to go now till the lads take to the pitch at Wembley Stadium to face Manchester United in the Carabao Cup final. And boy, is the excitement is just phenomenal. It really is. And you know, we've had some fantastic news come out of Newcastle United this morning. We've also had mind games started by Erik ten Hag. Craig Hope's come up with a very, very strange thing. And Sean Longstaff has also spoken about how far he's come in the last couple of years. So let's dive in, guys. This is the Daily News. Hi everybody, I'm Paul, back again with the Daily News, and to be fair to you, I didn't expect to do one today because I thought it would be very quiet on the news front, not much going on at the club with the build-up to the Cup final, people travelling to Wembley and London and things like that and getting ready for what is going to be an absolutely huge weekend for the club and the fans. However, Newcastle United have released a statement this morning saying that forward Miggy Almiron has signed a contract extension for an extra 3.5 years at Newcastle United. And I think this is absolutely brilliant. I really do. It's given that kind of boost, not just to Miggy, but to the fans coming up to the cup final. You know, it's going to be wonderful. And Miggy can now put this on the back burner that it's all dealt with, and he's going to be playing at Newcastle United in the prime of his career. And to think that he can work more with Eddie Howe, I mean, it's just incredible. You know, we think Miggy's good now. He will get better under the guidance of Eddie Howe under his prime years. He's got 10 goals this season. Hopefully, starting on Sunday, he's going to get a few more in the back of the net and really, really push for being one of our best players of the season so far. Yes, it's going to be, you know, stale for everybody, to be honest, since Christmas. However, we can get that all back in the cup final. You know, all these sort of little lulls that we've had in the last few weeks, it could all just disappear on Sunday because, quite frankly, we win the cup, that'll just be all forgotten about. And then we can go back to the Premier League next week and rebuild on that to try and cement fourth place. So there's a lot to look forward to, but absolutely delighted for Miggy because even me and a few others, you know, if you look back on these shows a couple of years ago on this channel, I even said that I didn't think Miggy was going to make it because I thought he was too lightweight. I didn't think he was bulky enough. Now, there's no doubt that he's worked hard in the gym on himself, but it's what he's done under Eddie Howe that is the most impressive thing. Because, let's face it, previous regime, very, very poor, but it wasn't his fault, and I'm seeing that now. You know, I used to say, oh, well, he's international, he should be able to adjust to positions. But no, I can see it very clearly now regarding Miggy, that under the previous regime, he was just played anywhere. Anywhere that could fit him in, and he wasn't staying in that single position for more than 2 games. He was being moved around all the time, and it wasn't fair on Miggy. But now Eddie Howe has come in, and he's put him on the right, and he's kept him there, and he's made him build that position and make that position his own. Which, to be fair to Miggy Almiron, he has done. He has done that brilliantly. Like I say, 10 goals this season, hopefully more starting on Sunday, and he's been a joy to watch. You know, when we watched him in pre-season, we thought, wow, you know, hang on a minute, this guy looks like he's really raring to go for the season. And we're right, he is. He just started with a bang and he's kept on going. And he's our leading scorer this season. Now, Miggy's come out and said he felt very at home in Newcastle and has been welcomed as family since he's been at the club. Now, I would take that more as welcomed as family by the fans when he first came to the club because, of course, we know the previous regime certainly wouldn't have done that for Miggy. But the fans have always loved him, and that's the main thing, and I think he's felt that love. But more so now, even under Eddie Howe, he's a dream to watch, and scoring some of the goals that he has this season. You know, combining with Kieran Trippier, helping Trippier out in defence, combining with Bruno for some fantastic goals. It's all very exciting. And then to know that he's going to be working under Eddie Howe in the prime of his career, it gets better, guys, because I think we can get even better out of Miggy. You know, working with Eddie Howe, getting what I want him to work on, and I think everybody does, is his right foot. Just when he gets to that byline, to be able to whip it in a lot quicker rather than cutting back, because some defenders read what he's going to do now. But listen, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because sometimes when he cuts back on his left, it creates opportunities for Trippier to swing it in, or he cuts across the 18-yard box and bends one in the bottom corner or the top corner, and then we're not complaining, are we? But I think I would love to see him, get more steady on that right foot as time goes by. Miggy has said that he believes it's reward for the progress that he's made at Newcastle United and the hard work that he's put in. And you can't really disagree with that, because without a doubt, Miggy has worked his arse off to get where he is now. And to get the goals that he has, it all comes from hard work and determination. And it's proof, really. Joe Linton's proof. Longstaff's proof. But Eddie Howe is also a big part of that. But Eddie Howe said that he's hugely important on and off the pitch for Newcastle United. And you can see that, because you could just imagine, you're having a bit of a, you get up and you go into the training ground, you're not feeling great, or you're feeling a bit down. You look at Miggy, or you start talking to Miggy, and he smiles. And that smile instantly brings that, sunshine out and brightens up your day. So you can imagine how good he is around the dressing room. But Eddie Howe is also delighted that he's staying for another 3.5 years and can work under his guidance and get even better. So wonderful news about Miggy Almiron this morning. Now, Erik ten Hag. Manchester United in general. Now, Fergie was the best at this for me, and Fergie really invented it. The mind games that he used to play, especially with the likes of Arsene Wenger and Jose Mourinho, it wound them up in ways that you'd never imagine that could be wound up. And he did the same with Kevin Keegan, if you can remember the Nottingham Forest game when he, the love it quotations came out, and that was all Fergie. And Ten Hag's trying to do the same thing here, and I believe he's talking about Newcastle United's time wasting. Now, quite frankly, I'm getting absolutely fed up with this nonsense, saying that it's annoying. That's it. The word Ten Hag has used is annoying. And now it's spreading across the media like wildfire that Ten Hag thinks that Newcastle United are annoying. He called us intense as well, which, we do press intensely, which is part of our game. But the absolute bull rot about the time wasting is pathetic. It's getting worse. I don't understand. It's not like other teams haven't time wasted when they've been in the lead before, or they've pushed for a point and they've wasted as much time as they can. Even Manchester United have done it. So again, Ten Hag playing the mind games, trying to get into the referee's head to keep an eye on Newcastle and make sure they play the ball quickly all the time. We know exactly what he's trying to do. And quite frankly, it's a joke. It's an absolute joke. I'm going onto the news pages just before I came to do this show, and all I can see is Ten Hag this, Man United this, Ten Hag. Not much about Newcastle. It's all bloody Manx again. And this is why I so badly want to win this cup final on Sunday, because they're going to have to write something completely different than they're planning on. Because everybody's planning to, blow smoke up Man United's arse as they win a trophy for the first time in 6 years or whatever it is. But they're going to have to write, I really want them to have to write something different. And of course, Eddie Howe's not going to be bothered by these mind games. Nobody will get in Eddie's head because he's the most placid bloke you'll ever meet. But it's just the fact that they're starting those mind games, trying to get into the referee's head before a ball's even kicked. So that when, you know what's going to happen. If Newcastle take a little bit time taking a goal kick or a throw in, the likes of, Ferret Fernandez are going to be right in the referee's ear saying, come on, time wasting this, time wasting that. You can see it now. Broad as daylight. So, we know we're going to get this all weekend. The radios, the TVs, they're all going to be blowing smoke up Man United's arses. But at the end of the day, we go down there and we do our job. We just play as Newcastle United, forget all that crap, and just hopefully pray to God that the referee is strong enough to withstand such bullshit from Manchester United, quite frankly. Now, Craig Hope has come out again at a very, very strange time and reported that he's revealed that people inside Newcastle United see Loris Karius as worse than Karl Darlow and Martin Dubravka. I don't understand why Craig Hope would release or report something like this so close to a bloody cup final when they know the pressure is already on Karius. It's a very, very strange time to come out with something like that on a podcast. I'm not going to name the podcast because it would be wrong of me to do that. I've got a lot of time for them, actually. I think they're brilliant. But I don't understand it, and it certainly wasn't an issue with the podcast that made him say it. He said it. You know what I mean? Which is bizarre. Now, just keep things quiet until after the cup final. Say that then when Karius has been the hero and won the cup for Newcastle. Don't come out a few days before the final and say, whispers going around the Newcastle back room that they don't have any trust in Karius. He wouldn't give any names, of course, and just said it was behind the scenes. Well, very pathetic. Very pathetic. However, we'll move on. Dan Burn has also been speaking to the Mirror, and he's admitted that he thought he'd never play for the Toon when Piff took them over. He feels like he's very lucky to have the opportunity. Now, obviously, when the takeover happened, I think a lot of Newcastle fans, they were instantly thinking world-class players, spending billions on football players and getting the best from around the world into the club. So you can understand Dan Burn, being at the age he was at Brighton, seeing Newcastle taken over, he probably thought he'd stand no chance. So you can imagine his amazement when he found out Newcastle wanted him and, of course, jumped at the chance. So I'm really, really hoping that Dan Burn gets a winner's medal for Newcastle United because he's a Newcastle fan through and through. And another guy as well, Sean Longstaff, he's also been talking about 2 years ago, of course, when playing under Rafa, of course, he was playing so well that Manchester United were going to pay extortionate money for him. But unfortunately, Sean got the injury and missed quite a lot of time through that injury and came back and wasn't the same player, unfortunately for him. And he's took a lot of flack from a lot of people, a lot of reporters, a lot of, everybody. However, he's bounced back under Eddie Howe massively, and he does actually state that he wants to win the cup for Eddie Howe. He wants to keep giving him something back for the amount of I think patience and help that he's given Sean Longstaff and the coaching that he's given. He's made him to be much fitter, much stronger on the pitch, and we've seen that. We've seen that in various games where he seems to have an engine that keeps going now rather than breaking down after half an hour, 3/4 of an hour, whatever it may be. He's away. He's running for the 90 minutes. And he's put in the shift because when he comes off, he's absolutely knackered. So, look, the players want to win for Eddie Howe. The players want to win for the fans. The fans want the players desperately to win. Man United, of course, starting their stupid mind games. Let me know in the comments what you think about what Ten Hag had to say about us being annoying and intense. Do you think that's trying to get into the referee's ear already before it's even started? How do you feel about Miggy, guys? I think it's brilliant news. I'm so happy he's going to be here for another 3.5 years. He's kind of the furniture now, Miggy, and it's brilliant to have him there. So let me know what you think. And of course, Craig Hope's comment and what Dan Burn and Sean Longstaff have had to say as well. I do read all your comments, guys, so please let me know what you think of it all. But that's it for the Daily News today. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed it, please, as usual, hit that like button. It is so, so important to the channel to keep growing, that we keep hitting the likes and it keeps growing that way. And of course, if you're new to the channel and like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. Completely free to do so. And also that notification bell, which will let you know when we go live, upload, or we schedule in a show. Now, if you're watching this on Friday afternoon, obviously don't forget 8 o'clock tonight. We've got TTR Friday, and it's of course the Carabao Cup final special. We'll be joined by Jimmy, by Roy, and hopefully a few more guests on. So a lot to look forward to there. So we're going to have basically a cup final party. We're going to have some jokes, a good laugh, and of course the big fat football quiz, which is always brings out the blood pressure and pumps it up, undoubtedly. So looking forward to that. Don't miss it, guys. And then, of course, tomorrow I'm travelling down to London. I am going to be vlogging quite a bit of the whole, it's memories as well, guys. Putting videos on the channel and things like that from the journey down into London and all sorts. So can't wait for that. And then don't forget to join Billy for the watch along on Sunday. Not sure what time he's going live yet, but that'll be up on the channel probably later on today or tomorrow, telling you when that is going to start. So it's going to be a brilliant, brilliant weekend, guys. I highly, highly advise you not to miss it. But in the meantime, really enjoy the rest of your Friday, guys, and we'll see you soon. Take care.